It's been a week since we've seen the latest Halo Infinite trailers. If you haven't, what are you doing? Go check it out in 4K, then come back. Anyways, these display a glimpse of what's to come this holiday. However, there is still a plethora of little details that we don't know about. Besides questions about the gameplay, which will probably only be answered when we get hands-on with the game, there are also other aspects that 343 needs to showcase in the near future. Hello and welcome, I'm QuickBite, and today we'll be discussing what's next for Halo Infinite. Probably the number one thing that people want to know is the release date, not only for the game's release, but also for the flight, or what they call the technical preview or whatever. Why is this important, you might ask? There are countless people who want to play this game as soon as possible, myself included. Since the flight is set to be this summer, people want to plan ahead such that they can go on vacations, but also play Halo Infinite. They can't do that if 343 doesn't announce flight dates. Similarly, the same thing happens regarding the release date. People want to take some time off to play this game at launch. Since they don't know the release date, they can't prepare themselves. Moreover, content creators and pro players alike depend on this game since it's their job. Imagine not knowing when you could go back to work, or not knowing when school starts. I understand these people's frustrations, especially pro players. I do too want to play this game. However, it's just a game, right? If you don't participate in the flights, it's okay. If you don't play the exact day the game launches, it's also okay. I have a feeling that I won't even be able to participate in the flights. It's out of my hands now. Yeah, definitely 343 needs to share this information ASAP. Release dates are only a small part of what we're looking forward to, but there are other aspects of the game that 343 needs to shed some light on. For instance, what type of content are we going to have in day 1? At least we know the first season of Halo Infinite is called Heroes of Reach, which include a variety of armor pieces from Reach. However, when it comes to game modes, it's unclear. Halo 5 had a terrible launch. You either played Warzone or Ranked, and in Ranked you could play Arena, Slayer, Breakout, Free-for-All, or SWAT. Staples of the casual side of Halo like BTB, Infection, Snipers, and the variety of action-stacked game modes, just to name a few, were nowhere to be found. These type of shenanigans cannot happen with Halo Infinite. Moreover, Forge was only implemented a couple months after the game's release, and Theater is still broken to this day. Hopefully 343 will share some more information in the following months. Also, in the multiplayer overview Vidoc, they mentioned 3 avenues to unlock armor, but they only discussed one, the Battle Pass. What are the others? The last thing we'll be talking about is Esports and the ranked playlist. Halo Infinite looks incredibly fun. However, the million-dollar question is this going to work in a competitive environment? As I said in my previous video, I believe that the grapple and the repulsor can be great additions to the game, but I'm worried about the other equipment, in particular the power-ups and the threat sensor. Equipment is just one part of Halo Infinite. We also have movement and gunplay. Halo 5 has crazy tech. Is this type of movement carried over? What about weapon starts? Is it going to be BR starts? Pistol starts? These sort of questions need to be answered. What about maps? We've seen 4 4v4 maps: Bazaar, Live Fire, Recharge, and Behemoth. Yes, this is a 4v4 map. Behemoth is probably the only one that isn't going to in the ranked playlist, due to the vehicles, obviously. I think it's the utmost importance that 343 focus on competitive play for the next update. Perhaps showcase a full game on a specific map, for instance CTF on Bazaar. In addition, they already announced that the first LAN tournament venue is booked, and we will have a roadmap of future events as well. However, we don't know anything about it. I guess this information would only be revealed closer to launch. Finally, let's talk about ranks. In a blog post, they mentioned that True Skill 2.0 is back. That's the same ranking system of Halo 5, which is far away from being perfect. The question is, are we going to have the same ranks, Bronze to Champion, or are they going to change it? Competitive and esports are a fundamental part of Halo, but so far we haven't truly heard or saw any aspect of it. In my opinion, E3 is not the place to showcase a competitive match. Nevertheless, 343 needs to cater to this part of the community and give us a better insight on this matter. Moreover, features like Theater and Forge are also extremely important to be discussed. And finally, please tell us the flight date and release date. I hope you end up enjoying the video, considering subscribing for more content like this. New video next week. Comment what would you like to see next from 343. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week.